Hey guys, Master King JC here, back again to bring y'all my review of Mita Hana no Namae o Bokutachi wa Mada Shiranai, otherwise known as AnoHana. Now, this anime came out like last year around I think around spring or maybe early summer 2011. I heard a lot of good things about it, so I decided to check it out, and I'm just going to give my thoughts on it. This is going to be a quick review. And basically the story focuses around like this group of childhood friends who used to be so close, they used to play every day in their secret hideout, until one day one of their closest friends, Menma, dies, and after her death they slowly start to drift apart, go their separate ways. And later on in the future, Jintan is he's visited by pretty much the ghost of Menma, and she pretty much wants him to fulfill a wish, so that she can, move on and go on to heaven and all that stuff. Now, pretty much, this was I don't want to say it was decent. It was good, but it just wasn't very, very good. It wasn't like anything amazing. Pretty much all the characters, I will say the characterization, and I don't want to say development, but the characterization and probably the growth of these characters is really good. Really, really good. In fact, it's pretty almost realistic. Yeah, this is kind of like one of the most realistic developments I've seen in anime. And pretty much most of the characters are really well-rounded. Jintan, who's pretty much the main character, he has some characterization, he has some good characterization, but overall, he's not really that interesting, There's a lot of unrequited love and lots of teenage angst. Lots of teenage angst. While it's not a bad thing, it's not really a good thing. There's too much teenage angst in this show. Man, probably one of the things I have a problem with the show is that it kind of twirled its thumbs for a good 5 or 6 episodes until it finally reached its conclusion. There's a lot of things that could have been skipped. The conclusion could have been a lot quicker, because this show's only 11 episodes. It could have been 6 or 7 at best. I mean, I'm not gonna give a big spoiler away and stuff, but Menma kind of she can interact with the physical world, and by interact I mean she can pick up things, do stuff, cook muffins and shit. So I'm thinking, why can't she just get a board or a piece of paper and just write stuff on it and be like, hey, look at me, I'm alive, look at me, because if I was dead and I came back to the world as a ghost and nobody could see me or hear me except for one person, I would just be doing random shit so they could see me. I mean, it took her I don't want to spoil it, but it kind of took her too long to do this, and that kind of ruined the entire the entire hype for it, I guess. And pretty much the other characters, you got Yukiatsu, Anaru, Popo, and Tsuruko. And pretty much these other guys have some good characterization too. Anaru, she was okay. I mean, she was alright character at best. She was alright. Yukiatsu, he started off the simple, cool guy, cool, collected, smart kid. Then some weird shit happens around episode 4 or 5 where I'm what the fuck? And he kind of gets a whole bunch of characterization, which is really good. Tsuruko, she gets some characterization, but she's kind of in the background. She doesn't get that much screen time at all. And Popo is pretty much he's the comic relief guy, kind of the cool, funny guy, the weird, awkward kid usually hang out with some of the time, but he gets some characterization too, man. But this is a very dramatic anime. It's a little bit too over dramatic. Near the final episode, in the final episode, there's so much dramatic shit going on, so much crying, so much shouting, especially in the beginning, that it seemed to be somewhat forced. At least that's what I thought. It seemed to be somewhat forced. Now, I didn't cry. I was close to crying one time, but the part where there's so much over dramatic, crying and shit. When that part happens, I'm like, okay, you're taking a little bit too far. All right, it's not that sad, but it's still good, you know. Like I said, did I mention Menma? Menma, she's okay. She has some characterization stuff, but she could get annoying at times. You know, she's like, Jintan, Jintan, Jintan. Yeah. We get. She's okay. I like her, but she does get annoying at times because that when she keeps saying that over and over again, it gets annoying. And she pretty much cries in every episode. In fact, I don't remember a single episode where she did not cry. So when you finally get to the final episode, after all that crying and shit, it's just you've already seen her cry so much, you just feel nothing. Now the final scene, it was sad. It was very sad, but I did not cry a bit, not teardrop or anything. So the ending was kind of lame. It was all right, but it was kind of lame. Like the conclusion was pretty lame. Now you may say, "Oh, Master King, you got a heart of ice. You're so cruel and shit." No. I'm a hard nigga. I'm a hard nigga. It takes a lot for me to cry. But overall, this was a good show. I definitely recommend you check it out. But it's not nothing to get your pays in a bunch about. It's not something that's amazing, that's so hyped you need to check it out immediately. So I guess I would give this around a 3.5 out of 5. Now, that's not a bad grade. That's like a C. That's like a 70%. That's like a C. That's still passing. That's still good. But yeah, there's nothing like really that great about this. It's like a little bit too... It's a little bit mediocre at times. But overall, I enjoyed it. Pretty good. So, yeah, check it out if you guys want to. So this is Master King JC. Keep on keeping on. And I will see you guys later. Peace. So much teenage angst. I'm just kidding.